welcome to SIM-PAC Live. I'm your host, Geoff Matthews. Back in the early 2020s, there was a running joke in the consultancy world that it didn't matter what the question was, the answer was hydrogen. Fast forward to 2026, the answer isn't hydrogen, not for passenger vehicles or heavy transport vehicles. This isn't a future debate. The battle has already been fought and won by batteries in the world's largest vehicle market, China. In 2025, China added over 7 million BEVs, compared to just over 7,000 hydrogen vehicles. Yes, in round figures, that's 7 million versus 7,000. What confounds me is that very recently in Australia and New Zealand, we see a single hydrogen truck hitting the road as a trial, and we have people lauding it as the future of transport arriving. We have sold commercially around 500,000 BEVs in Australia and New Zealand, and the rate of adoption is increasing. We have not sold commercially a single hydrogen fuel cell vehicle. If you believe we had, happy for you to come on the show and debate it. And don't get me wrong, I was an early advocate for hydrogen. Back in 2016, I wrote about driving a hydrogen fuel cell car and having hydrogen fuel cells in our homes. But back then I thought the hydrogen fuel cell learning rate would be similar to solar. That is, capacity would be doubling every 18 months, making it increasingly cheaper. But it didn't follow the solar learning curve. Instead, batteries did. Battery density doubled and is still improving. Costs collapsed 96%, and they are still dropping. Charging times have decreased 5 to 7 times and are still descending. Battery chemistries are still improving, and battery manufacturing scaled at extraordinary speed. During the same period, the chemistry of the hydrogen molecule has not and will not change. Its limits are fixed by the universe. But the nail in the coffin for hydrogen as a transportation energy vector is battery swap technology. And most of us will have missed the sound of this nail going in, as it's been a quiet revolution. It crept up on us, just like your battery electric drill. As costs came down, it made owning more than one not only convenient, but critical to productivity. Let's focus on heavy transport for a minute. China now has nearly 700,000 electric buses on the road. Hydrogen buses number just a few thousand. In 2024, China's zero-emission truck market exceeded roughly 180,000 medium and heavy trucks, with only a few thousand fuel cell vehicles across all commercial segments combined, barely visible on most charts. But here's the thing. Battery swap technology is now scaling even faster than EV adoption in heavy trucks. In China today, roughly 35 to 45% of new electric heavy vehicle trucks are battery swap capable. In ports, mining and construction corridors, it is often well over 50%. Swap times are around 4 minutes today. Automated stations are going to push that toward 1 minute. To put that in context, it takes about 15 minutes to refuel a diesel truck and about the same time to refuel a hydrogen truck. This removes the last remaining argument for hydrogen in heavy transport. Even better for battery swap technology, when the batteries are stationary, they can earn money. ASX-listed Janus Electric in Australia has been leading the battery swap trucks here for years, converting diesel trucks and keeping them working in real freight operations. The trucks keep moving, the batteries become shared infrastructure, and when those batteries are sitting in their charging stations, they can support the grid and earn revenue. So will hydrogen find niche roles in transportation? Yes. Cold storage forklifts are a great example. There are already hundreds of thousands operating globally. But let me say this, if we're talking about forklifts, we're missing the whole point on green hydrogen. And the point is this, green hydrogen is way too important and too precious to waste on transportation or anything that can be electrified. Electrification is always going to be cheaper and more efficient on the planet's resources. But we also have to be real in saying that we're going to need millions of tonnes of green hydrogen. The world currently uses around 100 million tonnes of hydrogen derived from fossil fuels in critical everyday processes such as fertiliser and chemical manufacture. So our first job is getting to decarbonise that 100 million tonnes. Then comes the industries that need high temperature heat. These industries are balancing physics and capital. We're talking about cement making, steel making, glass, and even aluminium recycling. To fully electrify these industries is difficult, and that's why hydrogen is being proposed. Some of it is physics, but a lot of it is capital. Simply put, these furnaces can last 40 years or more. Fleet replacement happens very slowly. So in the end, hydrogen will have its day, just not for road transportation.